I'm going to bring you back to the social welfare issue again. While I accept completely your point around the data sharing, and I note the DAA's very timely tweets over the weekend, and thank you for that, assuring people that they are not engaged in this. But I'm just curious, based on your comments today, the basis on which the DAA is allowing social welfare inspectors into the airport. So the department presumably had to apply to the DAA with a rationale for allowing staff into the airport. I'm sure we don't allow anyone in a high-vis stop people. So is this the first time that the DAA have allowed social welfare inspectors into the airport? Or, just to be clear, is it your contention that social welfare officers have always had access to our airports?
In general, on the landside part of the airport is an open space, now leaving aside COVID considerations. So many people and many authorities act within that space. So customs, the Garda, may well be social welfare officer. I cannot give you any specifics.
Sorry, surely those people identify themselves to the DAA?
Not necessarily to the DAA. But I'm sure anybody who is asking a passenger or an individual or a staff member for information will identify themselves and where they're from and the purpose for which information has been required, perhaps. But what I'm saying to you, Deputy, is that many state authorities act at the airport, and that is a normal part of activity.
So many state authorities. So let's say, if I wanted to give a group of people a high-vis and go in and conduct a survey, nobody within the airport would question me or stop me, or?
Look, in the bounds of reasonableness, Deputy, obviously we are ensure that our airports operate in an effective manner, and if there was activity that was impinging on the normal flow of the airport, or we had any security concerns in the normal course of events, those matters are investigated or reviewed.
So the Department for Social Protection neither sought permission for this action nor was given any?
What I can say to the Deputy, I have no specific knowledge about the collection of personal data or social or of PPES numbers and information like that for the purpose of the pandemic unemployment payment. I don't have any specific information around that. That I can actually offer to the Deputy. I don't dispute that there may well be authorities acting in the normal course of their business at the airport and collecting information or acting in the course of their mandate at any point in time, and a range of authorities in that regard.
In your experience, in your professional experience, it is in the normal course of their activities that social welfare might be there? Deputy,
I'm quite happy to come back to the committee if there's any specific information from our operational team, but there's nothing that I can say that I'm aware of that really can add or shed an awful lot of light on this subject.
Okay.
It is quite normal to have a Garda or other state or customs authorities acting in the airport. They act there for a whole range of appropriate reasons, and anything that comes within their mandate, I would expect they conduct there at the airport.
Okay, thank you. So you speak in the report, thank you very much for that, of reviewing capital investment programmes, and I'm aware works have started on the North Runway. But is this project under review? Because, you know, in 2020, passenger numbers expected to be at 9 million. Based on CAPA predictions, it'll be a 5 to 10 year wait to reach the circa 30 million that we were looking at in 2019. I'm under the impression that decisions around the North Runway are based on a move to increase capacity. So how much extra capacity over the 2019 capacity is the North Runway expected to deliver? And is that the best use of funds at the moment?
Deputy, the North Runway is a very long-term project. It's been planned since the year I was born or thereabouts. It's been actively planned to put in place since the year I joined the airport, or longer, which is over 20 years ago now.
But it is
so it is a long-term project, and it's there to benefit Ireland and the regions for the long term into the future. It's unfortunate but not unusual that significant step changes in airport infrastructure happen during a downturn. By its nature, downturns occur every 7 or 10 years, and therefore in the life of a project it's not unusual to happen. This is a project that is a right thing for Ireland, and the significant progress is made actually in terms of the construction of the runway. If I was sitting here 10 years ago, we would have been talking about the construction of Terminal 2, and was that a wise thing to do? And undoubtedly we would not have been able to grow and support our economy if we had not those airport facilities in place through Terminal 2. We would not have been able to expand services. We would not have attracted the Middle Eastern carriers and the additional travel that Aer Lingus and many of our airline customers have. So these are long-term projects, and I think it is important that we take difficult and measured short-term decisions and stay the course for important strategic decisions, not for Dublin Airport, for Ireland.
Thank you. Right. Can I just ask one brief follow-up, very brief follow-up? You told Deputy Horrigan repeatedly that you had no personal knowledge of what the Department of Social Protection were doing, and you said the same thing to Deputy O'Rourke. I suppose you're here not in a personal capacity, but as a representative of Dublin Airport Authority. Does Dublin Airport Authority have knowledge of what the Department of Social Protection, what data they're gathering, and whether they're actively present on the campus of Dublin Airport collecting data or not?
Deputy, I said that I had no personal or no...
I'm not asking you, Dublin, I mean, surely you expected that this question, I would expect that you didn't adopt a see no evil, do no evil, hear no evil approach. You knew that this question was going to be asked coming here today. It was in the news all weekend. I'm not asking you what you know, what Dublin Airport Authority knows. And can you come back to us within 48 hours with an answer about what Dublin Airport Authority knows, not what you know or don't know, or what you choose to find out or not find out?
Deputy, I'd be very happy to come back to the...
Thank you very much. I'd like